Hello there. Well, it's been a pretty miserable year for investors so far, with pretty much every major asset class that you can invest in losing money. And as a result, investor sentiment is pretty low. And there are all sorts of surveys that we can see that show this. But actually, these can be quite interesting indicators to look at. And generally, when investor sentiment is extremely low, that can actually be a positive sign. So one illustration of that we've seen recently is with Netflix. They recently published their results and they were pretty poor. They'd lost 1 million subscribers compared to last quarter, and that's the second quarter in a row where subscriber numbers have gone down. So pretty poor results, but strangely enough, the shares actually jumped when those results came out. And the reason is that expectations were even lower. That investors were actually expecting Netflix to lose 2 million subscribers rather than 1 million. And so the shares went up. And that's the sort of thing that could happen at market level. As I say, some of those sentiment indicators show that investors have almost never been more pessimistic. Most fund managers, for example, seem to be expecting profits to fall very, very sharply over the next year or two as the economy slows down. And whilst we accept that the economy is definitely slowing, and we agree that some of those profits might fall, perhaps they might not fall quite as much as is currently in the price. If some of those earnings numbers come out slightly better than expected, actually what you can see is that the market might even rally. And the same could be true with some of the other data that the market is focused on, in particular inflation. We don't necessarily need to see inflation start to fall in order for the market to react positively. Perhaps just some of that inflation data comes out slightly better than expected or slightly less bad than expected, and that might help the market to rally. So we think things will still be volatile for some time. We want to see some more evidence that inflation, for example, is slowing, or perhaps that the economy is proving more resilient than thought. But if we get some more of that evidence, then I think, if the market does rally, it could happen quite rapidly. So I hope you found that useful. We have put out lots of information recently. Colin and I did a series of video presentations that are available, which if you are concerned about what's been happening in markets and portfolios and you want to know a bit more about what's happening, please do watch those and get in touch as usual if you do have any questions. So thanks very much. See you soon.